These guys have worked very hard. We have a really great class because they came up with all of the material, which is really exciting for me. All I had to do was nudge them in the right direction, and everything you see has been conceived by this class. Except for the very last scene, which is a famous work of vaudeville comedy, which we will see.
OMG! That guy looks violent. I don't know, gay.
These ladies are playing Truth or Dare, and they will turn from stereotypical women into stereotypical men.
Punch yourself in the face.
Because that is the way into the comedy. You put yourself in her position, and you are able to laugh at the comic actor.
Would you like some water? Yeah, sure. How dare you? You actually accept water from a hobo? I don't care how well dressed I am. Will you marry me? Do you like ponies? That's my candy bucket. It wasn't one of those cheap Halloween buckets. It was a steel mop bucket, and I smashed it over his head. Nobody messes with my candy. Okay, so I was hanging out with my friend Lily. We were waiting for her grandma to come and pick us up to take me to acting class. But instead of getting ready, we were doing something a little less than getting ready. And when I say that, I mean we were playing on the computer. Suddenly the doorbell rang. We knew it wasn't her grandma because she was afraid of technology, and the doorbell is pretty complicated stuff. Then the person at the door shouted, "Lily!" And strangely enough, it sounded like Lily's grandma. And I looked into it. I saw 2 baby hawks. Then someone bumped the telescope, and all of a sudden, I saw a fat, hairy man in his underwear. Arr! At one point, all kids learned to ride a bike. Some were beyond excited, and some were quite resentful. I was a little resentful, and by that I mean I hated it. Have you ever been scared that something was under your bed or in your covers? The same thing happened to my dad, but he's a major overreactor. One night, he and my mom were peacefully sleeping. I snuck into their room and, silent as a rampaging elephant, I slipped under their bed. That woke my dad up, but he couldn't see me, so he tried to go back to sleep. But he heard a thump, thump, thump all night, and in the morning, he looked pretty shaken. If that wasn't enough, I wouldn't stop until I got my revenge for taking my brother out to donuts and not me. The second night, my dad insisted on sleeping with the lights on. Again, he heard a thump, 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 and in the morning, he looked absolutely terrible. That's when I decided it was time to go commando. My dad had the same thought. He went to bed with a helmet and a Nerf gun. And when he took off the covers to lie down, I sprang out and went, "Hi!" My dad went, "Ah!" and blasted me with foam bullets. After I had explained what happened, my dad took me out for a donut of my own. Moral: make sure your kids get an even amount of everything, or you don't know what might happen. That's why you should be careful when you put a sugar cube in your coffee. Why can't I drink coffee yet? Why don't I have an iPhone? Why does my sister get everything? Cubes. Albert Einstein's funny. He got one of those big curly mustaches. I want one of those. Hey, guess what? What? Chicken butt.
Good. That's the entire scene. Nice. Yeah. Thank you again.